Zelenskyy says he wants to talk to Xi Jinping, but didn't receive return offer.
Here's a summary of the article.
President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has said he sent a straight message through diplomatic channels that he wanted to talk to Chinese leader Xi Jinping. Quote from Zelenskyy, "I did not get a proposal from China to mediate. By diplomatic channels, gave straight messages that I want to speak with the leader of China." Details: Zelenskyy voiced skepticism about China's 12-point proposal calling for a ceasefire and peace talks between Russia and Ukraine, saying that respect of sovereignty and territorial integrity should come first. Mikhailo Podolyak, the advisor to the head of the Office of the President, said that a conversation between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy and Chinese leader Xi Jinping was being planned, but there were some difficulties in organizing it due to China's position. The Defense Intelligence of Ukraine believes that China will care for its own interests and will not provide any military assistance to the Russian regime. Chinese leader Xi Jinping visited Russia, where he met with Vladimir Putin and signed agreements to continue the strategic partnership between the two countries.
This post received a score of 42,000, with an upvote ratio of 89%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Greater than Mikhailo Podolyak, the advisor to the head of the Office of the President, said that a conversation between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy and Chinese leader Xi Jinping was being planned, but there were some difficulties in organizing it due to China's position. That sounds like it's still going to happen at some point.
In diplomacy, you hardly ever actually say no.
You never say no to diplomats and lower-level officials talking, but you do say no to direct head-to-head talks as they signal to other heads of state they believe some common understanding is likely. The reality is that heads of state in opposing camps usually only talk when they need to formalize an understanding that their teams have already negotiated.
Zelenskyy invited Xi multiple times. And Zelenskyy was open to Xi's peace plan. China claims they are neutral in the conflict, but their visit to Russia and unwillingness to discuss peace show otherwise.
China hasn't recognized Russia's annexed territory, nor have they condemned the invasion. They're not actually interested in peace talks because they directly benefit from the current situation and don't benefit from taking a stance.
China has been trying to be, principally, against all independence movements, change in border etc. because of Taiwan, Tibet, Xinjiang etc. questions. They support Spain's claim on Catalonia because of this. So when it comes to Ukraine, it gets weird, so they just pretend no invasion is happening. Another interesting thing is China has a legally binding defensive treaty with Ukraine against nuclear threats.
Because Xi is fake. World peace my ass. I think he just used the peace plan to do some fake messaging for Russian and Chinese propaganda.
Yeah, and it's a shit plan when you don't talk with one of the parties.
Bet $50 they would spin it internally as Zelenskyy refused to cooperate and being difficult to resolve.
Alternate bet. Xi spins Ukraine as equivalent to Taiwan.
Well, they are, and that's to say they're their own goddamn country.
Correction, they are the same. Both need to absorb the larger nations applying the pressure. West Taiwan and East Ukraine.
Well, until the 90s the exile government of Taiwan had seen the PRC as illegitimate, so not that much of a stretch there. Also, the ROC in Taiwan only dropped that position as parts of de-escalation talks to encourage cross-strait discourse. Now, because of the talks, there's one China, different interpretations, understanding where both parties declare themselves legitimate. The loose end is something Xi and the PRC mainland government can't stand.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.